as August rolls around, JoeIdle.com gets updated with the schedules and stuff, and you guys are pretty much hand in hand with once his stuff was updated, yours was updated. How does the rankings every year reset based on previous year's data?
Yeah, and I have to give a shout out to Joe on that. I'm in regular communication with him. Joe's a computer scientist, so he's got a lot of things put together along with a lot of work on the ground to be able to get scores out of some of these last rural areas where, 2 a.m. he's still pulling in scores every Friday night. He
Mm-hmm.
has been kind to give me a back door into being able to pull his data easily and couldn't really do what I do without him or somebody else pulling that kind of data. In terms of resetting from one season to the next, a couple of years ago I went back and used 20 years of data to look at some of the underlying components of my model. And what I found is about a 75-25 split of the last two seasons is what works best to start the new one. So mostly your team's going to be ranked where they finished last year, but with a little bit of looking at the prior year to that. What's missing and why the predictions aren't very good the first week is I've got no idea, right, that your 3,000-yard passer from last year is now wearing scarlet and gray,
Right.
or that you return 19 starters, or the coach left, or whatever else. I don't know any of that stuff. For 700 teams, you just can't keep up with it all. There was one time when I at least got from a national website how many starters everybody had coming back and the degree to which they had major college talent. That was more than I could do, and a lot of it got paywalled eventually anyway. So it's just recognizing, yeah, the numbers aren't going to be real good the first week. Come back in about 3 or 4 weeks if you want to gripe and moan over the fact that I've got you ranked lower or too high or whatever. Honestly, if it were just me, I'd probably wait about 3 weeks to put anything up. I did that at one time, and people kept saying, "Drew, when are you going to have stuff up? I want to see what have you got in week one." All right, all right. It's not perfect, but it's a starting point. And then by about week four, you get a pretty good idea of both what's it going to take to get you into the playoffs or a home game. And midway through the season, honestly, you got a pretty good sense between the games that are already in the books and what the schedule is left. I could probably pick 90% of the playoff teams halfway through the season, and for half or more of them be within one or two seed lines of where they're going to end up.